Hey, Shabob Baba Beast here. I want to talk about a subject that comes to mind, and that is, what will Tariq do after college? Now, a couple of you guys have asked me this question and wanted to know what his career would be after he leaves college. Well, there's different options for him. And when it comes down to it, I think that he's going to have so many different options laid out in front of him during season 3. Now, when it comes down to it, I want to say Power Book 2 Girls need a bit of a time skip, because if you really look at it, everything has happened back to back to back. And what I mean by that is that, okay, when we got to Ghost season 1, that happened right after Power. All right, that was after book 1. Season 2 was right after season 1. So they were very much back to back, and people want to see a progressive storyline with Tariq, with him eventually graduating from college, because you want that time skip, you want that time pass. But everything has been pretty much happening back to back. And I'm going to say things are going to happen back to back with season 3 as well, because remember, we're going into the death of Zeke. So everything's going to be consistently, it seems, back to back. But when it comes down to it, I would say that, remember, Tariq is in canonical studies, and these are people that are usually trying to graduate early. And he's going to do everything he can to graduate early. And what I mean is that, basically, what I mean by that is that he's going to be doing everything in terms of like summer classes, extra classes, whatever it has to be in order to get that early graduation. And Tariq is smart enough to get that. Basically, whenever he does this and he accomplished this, he eventually will get his father's fortune. But then again, you're wondering, well, what kind of career can he have? What will he do? For me, I would say that it is something where being a lawyer seems to be of interest to him, maybe. Even with Davis throwing it out there saying you would make a good lawyer, that would make a lot of sense. And then there's the political path with Tate, because of, Tate being around him and him seeing how politics work. Tariq is exposed to a lot of paths of power, where his father became this drug dealer, this guy who became powerful. He sees Davis, he sees Tate, and he's going to be exposed to more people in book 3 of Power. Even Mecca was a person of power, but we all know how Mecca got his power. So Tariq is exposed to different people of power. And where his father was a successful drug dealer who has already left the streets and accomplished and became more of this very big person, he's seeing through Monet how it is with street power, and even with Kanan with street power. So he's seen different paths of power. Me personally, I said that I think that he would be a politician somewhere down the line, because he's looking at the power that a politician has. Because truth be told, the moves that Tate made in book 2 showed that, look, a politician could do some things with relationships and connections, and he's possibly looking at that career, or maybe, but then again, that career does have its ups and downs. He's looking at the power that Davis has, and the fact that Davis can get some things moving too and demand high money. So he's looking at different paths. We're so focused on him doing stuff like, moving, being at Stansfield and making money and working with Monet and things of that nature, that we haven't taken the time to say, okay, well, what career will he use? And the fact that he no longer wants to be in the game. Some people are overlooking that as well. But when it comes down to it, it's a situation where he basically is like, he has so many different paths laid out in front of him. To me, I would say that possibly it's more likely going to be a lawyer. He's more closer to that, because he's definitely close to Davis on different levels. Davis is about the money, but to some degree, he seems to have some sort of care for Tariq. Even though Tariq is very watchful of him and watch how he does things, there's something there. There's some brotherly relationship, some fatherly relationship that Tariq has with Davis, and this is beyond sex. So maybe it points more in the direction of being a lawyer, but then at the same time, it could be a political figure. So it's an either-or situation. I would say, so remember, Tariq is not going to be in top college the same amount of time that a regular person does, because he's one of those people who is in college right now, trying to get out fast. So those type of people that's like, I want to get all my credits out of the way. I want want to move him so I can get out of here fast. I do not want to be at college for a long time because Tariq knows a fortune is waiting on him when he graduates or whenever he gets out with that high GPA. He knows his father's money is waiting on him. So it's like, it's all about, what you gonna do to get there? How you gonna get there? How you gonna live, to get to that point? So but in terms of his career, it points more in being a lawyer or being a politician. But then again, you never know. It could be law enforcement because he's been in the courtroom so much. He sees the kind of power that law enforcement has as well. So we'll see when it comes to Tariq. But that's pretty much all I got to say. In regards to that, I just want to say to all of you, it is your boy, Bobby B's here. I just want to say much love, much respect. Hold it down and whoa.
Quote
Hello.
King.
We're going to talk about you and how you feel. A lot of us love to beat ourselves up a lot about things in life, and I'm going to tell you why you shouldn't do that. Listen, you're a good person. You made your mistakes, but you're supposed to learn from them. You're not supposed to kill yourself with them. And you're supposed to make yourself better. You're supposed to make yourself sharper. You got to always push yourself. Remember, the belief in you is the only thing that you truly have. You and what you do is the only thing that's going to get you to where you need to go. There are people out there in the world, they are hurting people, they're lying to people, they're betraying people, they're stabbing people in the back, and they sleep like a baby at night. What you need to do, instead of holding yourself to simple things that you do, holding yourself accountable for things you've learned, you need to help hold these people accountable for the things that they do wrong. Get some of that dye and the steroids out of your system with the food we consume every day. Drink some water, meditate. That's what you need to do.